Local reaction to President Obama's plan to bring home troops from Iraq, and the capture and killing of a dictator. Also, Occupy Wall Street is still going on in Pasadena. Then supporters waggle their way to raise money for a no-kill shelter. Plus weather and sports on CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood, seconds away.
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. The Pasadena Enterprise Zone, open for business.
Hi, I'm Jesse Avila at the Convalescent Aid Society, a nonprofit organization established in 1923. We provide the free loan of durable medical equipment, of hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and many other items. Your donations and contributions are welcome and greatly appreciated. We are located at 3255 East Foothill Boulevard in Pasadena.
We're here to help you.
Please give us a call and check for availability at 626-793-1696.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. I'm Sehnita Joshua Mattison. Our top story, President Obama announced this past week that all U.S. troops in Iraq would return home by Christmas to draw to close a long and bloody war that saw the overthrow of Saddam Hussein's brutal regime. This past week also marked the end of Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi's reign when he was killed by rebel fighters. We wanted to hear your reaction to the recent events, and here's what a few of you here in Pasadena had to say.
I think it's a great decision. Bring them all home.
Bring them home. I say bring them home.
Why bring them home right now?
Why bring them home right now?
Yeah.
Because they've been there too long already.
Okay, some people question the timing. Is the timing weird or is it okay?
Not in the least.
Okay, so you trust the president's decision?
Yes, I do.
He hasn't made a good decision yet.
I'm very much against war, so I'm very happy that he's doing that. There's never, ever been peace created from war.
Well, I think we're invading Southwestern Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. We're going to take them all. Doesn't matter where they move the troops around. We're still going to take it over. But the purpose of war is always the same. It's money and power. They're out there to take over, control the commerce. You control the commerce, you get a piece of the action, you control the banking system, you inflate, you take in the wealth. I see it as basically an imperial war.
Okay, what do you think about Gaddafi being caught and killed like that?
Gangland murder. Just like hitting a mob. Hitting the mob next door, you take out the leader, take over his territory.
Well, that was our CCN's own Tammy Devine who was out asking those questions. Well, what some are calling the Arab Spring that started in Tunisia and led to Gaddafi's ousting has been cited as an inspiration to the Occupy Wall Street movement here in the U.S. That movement has continued its spread to more than 70 major cities and 600 communities, with many cities, including Los Angeles, saying they're unsure of how long they can afford to oversee the protests. Protesters have rallied against everything from economic inequality to corporate greed. They've even called for people to move their money from large corporate banks to smaller credit unions. Organizers in Pasadena held a Move Your Money rally Friday. With us now live is Maddie Briggs, one of the organizers from Friday's protest, here to tell us more about the movement. Thanks for being here, Maddie.
Oh, thank you for having me, Sehnita.
Well, tell us a little bit, how did this movement start in Pasadena?
I think you could say it's been a long time coming. There's been a tipping point in the inequality of the corporation's profit and what the people are getting down our bottom line. So it's been coming for a while.
Okay. Now, you know, a lot of people say their criticism of the movement is, what are the demands? It ranges from environmental protection to anti-war. What do you think are the central themes here?
For the Occupy Wall Street, I think you've just got a large crowd bringing a lot of concerns that haven't had voice for a long time. So you're seeing a lot of different signs there. Here we're focusing on something simple that everyday citizens, people in Pasadena can do, and that's move your money from a large corporate bank to a small credit union, a community bank. We're not against banks entirely. It's the large corporate ones that hold so much money and are so responsible for a lot of our economic problems right now. We just think that the greed is too great, and it's time to bring it down to a local level, invest locally in places that care about our community.
Now, some are saying with the movement that it's been unable to bring down capitalism. Is that a goal, to bring down capitalism?
See, I think that a lot of people are trying to inject a lot of tension that's not necessarily there. I think that you'll see a lot of people are on the same page when we're not against capitalism. Capitalism inherently, there's nothing evil about capitalism. But to use a metaphor, if you have two teams on a soccer field and you have no referee, no umpire, you're going to have two teams just engaging in chaos, and nothing will be accomplished. There'll be no game, in fact. And that's all we want. We want fair, we want equity, we want a process that includes everyone, and everyone has an equal shot. And that's what's getting out of control, is that the system is really very faulted.
Okay. Now, is this movement, is this the left-wing answer to the Tea Party?
That's a good question. I don't think the Tea Party needs an answer. The Tea Party itself came when a lot of people were frustrated and they gleaned onto one thing. And I think it has a lot to do with the anger over just the way the country's been going in terms of everyday people not feeling that they have a chance anymore. They gleaned onto an ideology, though, that is very far right, I think, and it's very fear-based, and I think there's a lot of racist undertones to it, and that's an entirely different conversation.
Well, with even these rallies, there have been so many arrests. I mean, why do you think there have been so many arrests at these rallies?
Because I think that people fear what they can't control, and people are calling for demand. What are your demands? Well, things start out, the evolution of change is there. You can't just hallmark, one aspect of it. Back in the 60s, I think protesters in 1960, sitting at a lunch counter, saying they wanted their equal time, their equal place at the table. They didn't know that 4 years later we'd have legislation talking, about that everybody was inclusive in this country. So I think Wall Street, you can't just hang a demand on it. It's going to evolve, and it's just people waking up and saying, we want equity, we want a voice.
Okay. Well, and you have a movement about moving your money from the banks to the credit unions. Can people feel secure about moving to smaller banks?
I think so. I'm not a financial wizard, but I moved my money a couple years ago from Bank of America. And there was a bit of a strange feeling when I left that tethered mothership. Will I have the same protection and security? And yes, of course you will. All the credit unions are federally insured, and they're convenient. They're in our community.
Okay. Where can people get more information? Is there a website?
They can go to Occupy Pasadena and a Facebook page that will soon be up and running, but they can also go on to their local Move On, because Move On is sponsoring some of the events, and our next one is Saturday, November 5th.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here and telling people what this movement is about.
Thank you for doing this in the community. This is what it is all about, and I thank you for that.
Well, join us again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, a new water reservoir opens to clean up dangerous solvents found in the groundwater, that is, around JPL. Plus, they wiggled and waggled to raise money for a no-kill shelter. And CCN meteorologist Curtis Peaks here to tell us we need our umbrellas. When we come back, you're watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
G morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me back. Hey, did you tell your parents about us? Let's skip first period together. Did you get all my texts? Is practice over yet? Where are you at? Are you with your friends? That's LAAAAMMEEE. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o.
I love you. JK, I hate you. JK.
Are you ignoring me?
We're in a huge fight right now.
Is this something I did?
I can see your lights on. I'm coming over.
What'd you dream about? Me?
I'm lonely. Holla back.
Holla back.
Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
My joints ache so bad, I wake up in pain every day. I want to know why.
I want to know why my hair is falling out. How did this happen?
How did this happen? A little pain in my knee. That's how it started.
That's how it started. This rash on my face, now it's like my body is attacking me. I want answers.
When you don't have the right answers, it may be time to ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. The Pasadena Enterprise Zone, open for business.
And here's a snapshot of some other stories this past week right here in the San Gabriel Valley. Pasadena officials gathered this past Thursday to celebrate the restoration and opening of a new water reservoir. The cleanup involved getting rid of solvents like perchlorate and volatile organic compounds that were found in the groundwater basin near JPL. Restoration of the wells was funded by NASA and led by the Environmental Protection Agency in partnership with the city of Pasadena. The new Monk Hill water treatment plant is the largest city-owned solar project in Pasadena and holds a 4.8 million gallon covered reservoir. Currently, the city of Pasadena gets 1/3 of its water supply from natural groundwater resources, and about 2/3 is purchased from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Pasadena police arrested 2 men on suspicion of growing and operating marijuana this past Thursday. The suspects are 35-year-old Jacob Javasarian of Pasadena and 25-year-old Vahe Sarkisian of North Hollywood. Police seized more than 125 marijuana plants that were growing in Baldwin Park building. The pot growing operation involved a high-tech lighting and water system. The 2 men are being held on $30,000 bail each. Community leaders are working on a study that could bring the NFL to Pasadena. Officials have been discussing how the Rose Bowl could profit from serving as a venue for the NFL. The Rose Bowl currently is undergoing a $152 million renovation. The updated venue could see a profit from a 2 to 3 year deal with the NFL. In 2006, 75% of voters opposed the idea of an NFL team in Pasadena. Residents are on the fence about what this could mean for their property values in the area. The study will measure the traffic near the Rose Bowl, and more information will be gathered on October 29th when UCLA plays UC Berkeley. Well, thousands of pet lovers and runners came out to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena to join the Race for Rescues, led by an organization that helps rescue groups find homes for pets. CCN's Natalie Tavidian is here live with the details. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Sehnita. The Rose Bowl was packed with thousands of people early Sunday morning to run either a 5K, a 10K, or the kids' non-competitive run. The funds help rescue organizations pay vet bills and find boarding for thousands of animals that could face euthanasia each year. Thousands of pet lovers and runners came out to the Rose Bowl to take part in the Rescue Train's Run Walk to benefit animal rescue organizations. Some were there to compete, while others were just having fun.
We have not trained at all.
We're here to stroll with our dog.
Yeah, this is a social stroll, really, for us.
Several celebrities showed up to echo the message about rescuing animals and to showcase adoptable pets from different organizations on the catwalk. Dot Jones of the hit television series Glee says she was brought up on a ranch and animals have always been a part of her life.
I'm here with Dot Jones. Why are you here today?
I'm here to save little puppies and other kitties and animals' lives.
Tell me a little bit about some of the pets that you have at home.
I have 3 cats at my house right now, Doolin, Squirrel, and Coco Chanel. And they are rescues.
It was really great to see a lot of people running here today.
Yes.
Have brought their dogs with them.
Yes.
And a lot of stories that I heard were dogs that were adopted.
They're saving lives, and it's like those stories that you hear, like some of the dogs, it was the day they were supposed to go down, and it's like, oh my God, I just want to cry. Yeah. But they saved them, and they gave them that chance, and you're going to make me cry, Natalie.
Anything else that you want to mention?
You know what? I know it's so cliche, but spay and neuter your pets, because there's so many puppies and cats out there that need a good home that, you know, it's not their fault.
Several people who adopted pets at a previous Rescue Train event also shared their stories. Winston's owner says he fell in love with the dog a year ago and that his disabilities are not challenging. Another dog was once paralyzed.
This little guy, he went up, they had a costume contest last year, but it was for the adoptable pets. And he was a little lion. And I was like, that's the dog I want. He is blind. That's why he's a bat.
This is Jetta Rose, And she has such a special story because when she came to our rescue, she was paralyzed. And we spent several months rehabilitating her, and now she can walk, and she got adopted.
Allison Lang is a volunteer for one of the 10 organizations benefiting from the race. She says people abandon their pets for many reasons. She says since A Dog's Life Rescue doesn't have a physical boarding place, the race helps bring attention to those who want to provide temporary housing for the pets while they wait for adoption.
We're more of a street rescue. We tend to go get calls about dogs abandoned on the sides of roads or in foreclosed homes and stuff like that. So we go and tend to catch dogs. We can cut them off the freeways and stuff like, or ones that have been hit by cars. And we get those. We feel like those are the ones that really need us. And so we focus on that. And then the same as all the amazing rescues out here, we, get them back to health, get to know their personality, and then find them a good match in home.
Rescue Train's Lisa Young says this year's race had the biggest turnout yet and hopes it will only get bigger. She says the newest addition this year are rescue horses and hopes to add pigs in the upcoming years. Sehnita.
Well, I can't wait to see those pigs in costume.
I know, I've always wanted one.
Those are so cute. Thanks for that, Natalie.
Thank you.
Well, if you want to find out more information about the organization, you can check out their website, rescuetrain.org or racefortherescues.org. Well, the clouds have been rolling in, but does that mean we need our umbrellas? Let's check in with CCN meteorologist Curtis Peak to see if the clouds will bring rain. Curtis, what do you have for us?
Well, the clouds are going to stick around for one more day, maybe a day and a half. Will we get a chance of rain out of this? I think we might see a little drizzle out of this overnight and into tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be our transitional day. All right, let's take a look at our headlines right now. Our low sticks around, like I said, for one more day into Tuesday and then Wednesday morning. We do have a chance of drizzle overnight, but look what's going to happen. We are going to have a beautiful weekend ahead. Our high today was 77 degrees. Our low tonight is going to be 58 degrees. Our normal is 78 degrees, so we are where we should be this time of year. And our record is 99 degrees back in 1968. As we take a look right now at our temperatures outside, 69 degrees. Our winds out of the south-southwest at 5 miles per hour. Our sunrise tomorrow morning is going to be at 7:05. Our sunset tomorrow night is going to be at 6:08, and our humidity is at 60%. Now here's our satellite radar. This is what's happening right now. As you can see, we have this low pressure, this counterclockwise rotation off to the south. That's what's going to bring that moisture, and it's going to give us a little chance of drizzle as the day does go on tomorrow. That chance of drizzle does dissipate. So as we get into tomorrow night, if we haven't seen a little of that drizzle, it will be gone by Wednesday morning. As I said, that's going to be our transition day. We do have this high pressure right here that's going to move over the four corner states by Wednesday. It's going to give us a lot of beautiful clear skies and some warm weather by the weekend. Our overnight lows right now, as we can see, 50s across the board. Monrovia is coming in at 53 degrees, Alhambra 56, and Monterey Park coming at 57. Our highs for tomorrow, we have 60s across the board. We are not going to break into the 70s at all. We are going to see those temperatures begin to drop overnight and into tomorrow. Our 7-day forecast right now, 69 degrees for Tuesday. Our chance of rain, chance of drizzle, I should say, is 10%. Wednesday, that transitional day, 74 degrees. That high pressure begins to move in, 81, 84 on Friday. Look at Saturday and Sunday. Beautiful weekend ahead. Beautiful nights, 50s across the board. So as far as umbrellas, I would probably just put it in the back of my car, keep it there. I don't think you're going to need it. I don't think you're going to need to pull it out. All right, Sehnita, back to you.
Well, thanks, Curtis. I'll take my chances with 10%. I can take that risk, so thank you. You're welcome. Well, she's the first female conductor to lead the Pasadena Symphony in concert, and we only get her for one night. We'll tell you more when guest conductor Mayan Chen goes on camera with us. That's next on CCN, Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
Live, work, play, and shop in the North Lake Village. See for yourself when you visit our village.
No problem.
There is a better way to have fun with history.
Teddy, you're not even trying.
Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
Once you see the world through math and science, you'll never see anything the same way again. Go to girlsgotech.org.
You'll see.
The Pasadena Symphony is kicking off their concert season with their first female conductor. Mayanne Chen serves as the musical director for the Chicago Sinfonietta and the Memphis Symphony Orchestra, that is. But she's all ours for a few minutes. She joins us live to tell us about her plans while visiting Pasadena. Thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So what do we call you? Maestra, conductor, my lady?
Oh, I much prefer Mayanne.
Okay, well that's easy enough. Why did you decide to conduct the Pasadena Symphony?
Oh, I was invited by this orchestra I've always heard about, and when I got the invitation, I said, great, I've always wanted to visit Pasadena, so here I am.
Welcome. Well, I'm sure that most of the times as you're traveling around the U.S., you're introduced as the first female or the first Asian conductor. How does that make you think? What do you think about that?
Well, I'm just glad to be, being the first is not necessarily my thing, but I hope to be the first to help many to come in my field of work. So later on, it will be many more women that can come up in the field of conducting.
So you'll be a role model for them. Now, I had read recently there was the book, the Tiger Mom book, and it was just talking about how she has a Chinese-style parenting where her children are going to play piano and violin. They're probably going to play both. How did your parents encourage you to pick up the violin? And piano?
They love music and never had the chance. They grew up right after Japanese occupied Taiwan, so they make sure my sister and I both had the opportunity. What they didn't expect is I fell in love with the form of the art of conducting when I play in an orchestra for the first time, and now I'm living my dream. So I thank my parents for bringing music into my life in the first place.
Okay, perfect. Now you'll be working with the Pasadena, the youth orchestra as well.
That's right.
How do you like working with kids? How different is it from the professionals?
Oh, I love working with kids. For me, it's not work. It comes from the heart because I witnessed my parents, both are educators, making a big difference excuse me, in people's life, and it's my chance to help make a difference of some kind in younger generations' life.
Okay, well, I know, kids of today, they like all different kinds of music. If you were trying to have people love classical music, what's one piece of music that you think everyone should listen to?
Well, I think, Beethoven 5 is so famous with the theme of the faith at the beginning, but also, I think a lot of parents out there, classical music helps a child develop dedication, commitment to an instrument, but also orchestra develops teamwork of working with one another. So I definitely encourage, young children to pick up classical music.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy Pasadena.
I hope so, too. Thank you for having me.
Well, a heartbreaker for a top local football team coming up in CCN Sports. You're watching CCN, Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
You're the only story that I've never told. You're my dirty little secret, wanna keep your soul. You're the only story that I've never been told. You're my dirty little secret, wanna keep your soul. Come on out, come Keep the walls from falling as they're tumbling in. Come on out, come on over, help me forget. Keep the walls from falling as they're tumbling in. Keep the walls from falling as we're tumbling in. This is love that I'm feeling. This is love that I'm feeling. This is love, I'm feeling. This is love that I'm
Well, it's never fun to lose a game, but during homecoming, it's especially heartbreaking. CCN sports reporter Hyra Ramirez here for the game of the week. Hyra, tell us how it went.
Hi, Sehnita. It was fearless football for Maranatha's Friday night Olympic League opponent, Whittier Christian. Whittier wasted no time as they advanced quickly over the Minutemen early on in the game. Check out the highlights. Whittier's successful contributions came from a strong offensive and defensive game plan that held Maranatha at 14 points with aid from running back Grant Escobar, who scored on runs of 70 and 9 yards to finish with 8 carries and 91 yards. Herald's receiver Cody Broncar had 111 yards on 7 catches and scored on a recovered fumble. Not to mention, Maranatha's QB Andrew Elfers was sacked 5 times. And it wasn't until late in the fourth quarter that Maranatha's Omar Younger turned up the heat and made his way to the end zone to help add another 7 points, making Maranatha 3 points shy of a homecoming victory. Unbearable pressure earned Minutemen 2 penalties in the final minute of the game. Maranatha coach Pete Caravella said, "They out-executed us. We had mistakes on special teams. We were inconsistent on offense, allowed big plays on defense. It's a tough loss, but it's going to teach us a lesson." The Whittier Christian Heralds delivered Minutemen their bad news for a final score of 24-21, causing a major upset for Maranatha, recognized as the #1 team in the CIF Southern Section Mid-Valley Division. Here are a few other high school football scores across the San Gabriel Valley. Pasadena Bulldogs over Burbank, 27-21. Monrovia Bulldogs 48 over Blair Vikings 0. Muir Mustangs 49 over Glendale Nitros 10. Arcadia 49 over Hoover 7.
Well, thanks for that report, Hyra, and we look forward to next week's game.
Thank you, Sehnita.
Hopefully it's not heartbreaking for the homecoming team. All right, well, that's it for this newscast. Thanks to Maddie Briggs of Occupy Wall Street in Pasadena and Mayanne Chen, guest conductor for the Pasadena Symphony, for joining us in studio. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including Southern California Edison, Wink Marketing, and the Pasadena Enterprise Center with office building available space. That's thanks also to the CCN crew. The show would not be possible without you. But finally, we thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. Join us each week as we cover the news in Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. For all of us here at CCN, I'm Sehnita Joshua Mattison. Have a great week.